This is Jeff Al Gilbert speaking to you from my crazy room. I was thinking, that ever since the pandemic began over a year ago, it's, no question about it. When it began, I wondered, how's this going to impact our businesses in network marketing? Because I was concerned about, well, beginning from the headquarters, the people that make the products, getting those products out to people in the country I live as well as other countries. And then what about those offices in those countries? What about our distribution? A lot of different questions. And, looking back now, after we've been in this now a year, and some of you are still in it, my heart goes out to you. If you're in the Philippines, you're still in it. India's had a rough go and all that. But in the U.S. here so far, it looks like it's moving toward, flatlining here. I mean, very few people, when I get out in public, even wear a mask now, as so many have been vaccinated too. But we know the rest of the part of the world is just not that. They're not there yet. Even Peru is going through a tough time. But it's amazing that despite all these tough times, and even in these tough countries, I was just talking with some of my leaders in India, and man, I tell you, you've heard what's going on in India. So despite it all, we've had record-breaking months. Same thing in Malaysia. Even in Malaysia, where it's just a very tight lockdown, Malaysia just shot up just skyrocketed. So it's amazing that this pandemic has not been able to stop what we do. It has not defied our determination as entrepreneurs to succeed in this business, where we have succeeded and have done well and will do well and continue to do well. And that brings up the subject of why I talked about in this video, why break rank, or do you want to break rank? So first of all, why would you even want to do it? How would you do it? What's the payoff for breaking rank? Why should it mean anything anyway? And then really, finally, when you get to the top and there are no more ranks, what do you do? So, first of all, I want to say that, like anything, breaking rank, let's just conceptualize the reason. Well, first of all, you got into network marketing because you wanted to change your life. You got into network marketing because you wanted to have a lifestyle, have a life that you and your family can enjoy. Maybe with your children, it's more education, or it's more travel. If you're single, you want to travel, right? Or you want to have more time to play music, like me in the background there, right? So the thing is, but you want that lifestyle, right? That's the reason why you got into network marketing. Well, just understand that you're never going to be able to have those things if you don't break rank. There comes a time you've got to move on. Wherever you are, And everybody's at different stages, by the way. You know, we got younger ones, middle-aged, then older ones, right? Like me, right? I'm 65, right? So we're all at different stages. But I can tell you, when I was in my early 40s, 43, I guess 43 when I joined my last company, 43, I was asking myself the question, hey, Jeff, what is your life going to be like when you hit your 60s? And think about it. Envision it. Do you like what you see? Based on your present circumstances, do you like what you see? Or do you want to do something about it? Because if you're going to do something about it, you got to do it now. You can't wait until you're 60 to do something about it. I mean, you still, if somebody joins with you and they're 60, they can do something about it. Yeah, but wouldn't it be better to do it when you're a little younger? Well, so that's what I did. I had to take action. So when we understand that breaking rank equals more money, which equals better quality of life. That's right. Breaking rank means more money, which equals better quality of life. The more ranks you break, the higher your income goes, which equals better quality of life. That's the reason why you want to break rank. So, the thing is, everybody's at different stages. Some of you might be at your first rank, first leadership rank, saying, good grief, man. I'm at my first leadership rank, and I want to break rank. How am I going to do it? How you're going to do it is help people below you to either attain to that first rank position or break rank. You got to help others to break rank. That's the key. If you want to organically, and I recommend that, organically push yourself up, how you do that, and reaching down to people and helping them break rank, that's exactly what it's going to do. You're going to organically push yourself up and you're going to go to the next rank. The key thing here is pay attention to those people that are coming into your business, the new ones. Really, when you think about it, most of your growth is not coming from your, the upper leadership in any company. In any company. Most leaders who are at the top pin or top rank positions in their company are not the ones creating the growth. Neither are the ones in the middle leadership of your compensation plan. It always has a lot to do with the people down below that are coming into your organization. So you have to have a system and some time to give to them so that they can grow and you can onboard them properly. Again, have a YouTube video if you want, make it very short. All they need is to know what to do their first 30 days in the business, or let's just say I'd say their first full 30 days, because if they join you at the 10th of the month or the 20th of the month, they're already, into the month. But they need to know what to do, an action plan. And that's the key thing. The key thing is focus on the roots. And if your company has let's say incentives or rewards, things like that, you need to be able to help them to understand how they benefit from that, those incentives, those rewards, so that you focus on those new leaders. If you get good at that and you teach your people to get good at that, then you're going to grow. You're going to explode. Here's the thing. I look at it like a bicycle. Have you ever gotten on a bicycle and just sat on it? What would happen if you just sat on the bicycle? You didn't pedal, you just sat on it. Well, you would fall off. And that's what happens with a lot of people when they come into network marketing. They'll get to a point and then they quit pedaling. And that's a disaster. It's a disaster. What we want to teach people to do is get them into action. Now, in the beginning, it's training wheels, right? How many of you are parents? And my youngest son, I can tell you that Arthur, when I got him his first bike had training wheels. What's the purpose of training wheels? To keep him from falling off the bike, right? I don't want him to crash. I don't want him to get hurt. So when these new people come in your business, you need to have the training wheels in place. So help them to understand just basic things. They do not have to understand the compensation plan, okay? They need to understand what are your lead products. Number one, what are your lead products? Because that's what they need to talk about. They don't need to talk about your whole entire product line. Remember, complexity is the enemy of duplication. So if you want to duplicate, if you want to grow, it can't be complex. So they need to understand what is your flagship product. Number two, what are the activity steps that they have to do to make some money after they've joined you? What do they got to do? What you want to do is give them a quick, small win. Quick, small wins are very important because, first of all, people come into this business and they have very little faith because they've never done something like this before. Or possibly if they did, they weren't successful at it. Why would they be successful now with you, right? Well, you got to help them to see that they can, and that's by giving them that small win. Now, in the United States, we have American football, right? It's not the same. We say football overseas in Asia, you're thinking soccer. But over here, I'm talking about American football, okay? How do you win games? It's just by gaining yardage every play. It doesn't, very few people are gonna, very few quarterbacks are gonna throw the ball the minute they got it and somebody's gonna make a touchdown. That's rare. That somebody's gonna run clear across the field, all through those players, nobody tackles them and they make a touchdown. That is very rare, very rare. It's happened, but it's very rare. For the most part, how games are won is just small yardage plays. And then finally, it's a first down, a second down, then touchdown, so on and so forth. That's the way your business is. What we don't want these people doing is getting on the bicycle and they're sitting, because then they're going to fall off. On training wheels, you can do that. You can do that, but can you gain any real speed with training wheels? Not really. Can you really go anywhere with training wheels? Not really. That's just a beginner's, it's just a short-term training for that person to get confident enough that you take the training wheels off, and then now they can really go. But even then, it's not a 10-speed bike. How many of you remember getting your first bicycle, after the training wheels? Once the training wheels come off, you ride that bike, maybe you grow a few years older, then now you got another bike. It's just a regular bike. It's a 1-speed bike. But that's okay. You're still learning how to ride until finally you can upgrade and you can get a 10-speed bike. Why? Because the terrain will change. Sometimes if you're going uphill, you've got to gear down, right? And so now you got to really put some effort in to go up that hill. And you've got to learn the gears. Your leaders have to learn the tools. The tools are the gears. And so what videos are you going to use? Are you going to teach them to promote your opportunity? It doesn't need to be multitude of videos. It needs to be one video. What is the video? So you have to decide that. Now, if your video covers the product and the opportunity, great. If you have one that talks about the product and talks about the opportunity, not as ideal, because again, people's attention spans are very short, right? So the thing is, to try to get them to spend a lot of time looking at something, it's not going to happen. It's like when somebody gave me a Brandon Burchard's book one time, and I think it was that thick, and gave it to me as a gift. I said, "What, you don't like me? You think I'm going to spend a lot of time, hours reading that book? You know how slow a reader I am, okay?" So that's why, matter of fact, when I talked to the people that published my book, Reaching the Peak, that's on Amazon, by the way, in English and Spanish. They told me, they said, "Jeff, short reads are the way. If you're looking for, a New York Times seller and all that, that's not us." But what people like is they like the short read. So it's 100 pages. That's it. So, and that's great too. And that's what we did with my book. So again, just understand, you don't want to overwhelm new people with a lot of things. That's really what kills it. When you got the training wheels on the bicycle, they need to understand your basic, most important product or products, only a few, and then activities. What action do they have to take to get started? If your company has an app, download the app so they have access to PDFs and videos. So that, let's say there's a video that represents your product, they can send somebody the link. And then teach them how to do, again, another basic thing. So your company, no doubt, you have a page. When you join your company, it'll be your company's URL / your ID number, something like that. Teach them how to send that to somebody. This is your personal website, basically. Okay, so, and show them that. So all you gotta do is, after you sent that video, send them the link to your page so they can join. Yes, so they can buy product or join you as a leader, as a business partner. So that's the thing, training wheels. Plug them into a Facebook product group if you have it. That's part of the training wheels. And then stay in touch with them and how they're doing. Also let them know what not to do. Don't post on your Facebook page about your products and your opportunity, because you're putting your warm market on notice that you just joined one of those things. They call it one of those things, you know. And then they do research on Google about network marketing, and Google's not exactly an ally to us. So that's the thing. So we want to use that element of surprise, not put them on notice by posting about our products and opportunity on our Facebook page or Instagram. And you want to help that new person. You're protecting them from disaster. That's the training wheels. I don't want Johnny falling off the bike and getting all scraped and bloodied up and all that. He'll never want to get on a bike again. See, I don't want them to have that experience where they don't want to do this again. So I want to protect them, and that is make that list, help them with that list. I'm going to tell you, the list is gold. The list is where the money is made. You know, a lot of people just want to reach out to strangers and copy, paste, and spam. Copy, paste, and spam. That's the way they want to do it today. How many people are making money doing that? How many people do you know that are making money doing that? Because they're not. But they look at their rock star uplines who are actually spending $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month promoting their stuff, which they make money on that, and they think, man, I could do that too. I just get on Facebook and I could do that too. Okay, no. And a lot of those people brought downlines with them when they joined their company. They don't understand they had a base to work with. I want you to do things that anybody can do. When you do things that nobody can do, you can't do it. And you'll go nowhere. So then understand, going back to these basics, some call it old school, I laugh. I say, show me your new school checks. It's just school to me. Help them with that list, because I promise you, the best people they know are not on that list because they are intimidated or they don't feel secure enough to go to them to talk about your opportunity. And so when that new person joins, just ask them, say, hey Debbie, who's not on that list that should be on that list? Who do you know that maybe has been involved in a business like this before? Who do you know that's been, maybe they had a business, they've been successful. They're a community person. They're a go-getter. They're the kind of person that when they call people are just ready to talk to them. And it's amazing that when you open it up like that, they'll say, well, I couldn't tell you how many times in my network marketing career here, and I'm going 41 years now in network marketing, I couldn't tell you how many times I've had these conversations. And you know, just like I remember one girl I talked to that was in Hawaii. She was Japanese. I never met her face to face, just over the phone. I called her, and when she joined, you know, I asked her. I said, have you ever been involved in a network marketing company? She said, yeah. I said, did you ever make any money? She said, yeah. I said, oh, okay. I said, do you know any successful people? Yeah. I said, like who? She said, well, there's Tezuka in Tokyo, Japan, but he wouldn't be interested. He wouldn't be interested. I said, he wouldn't be interested. No, because he's already successful. You know, most people would say to that person, yeah, you're right. Who else do you have on the list, Yuri? Not me. I'm not that way. I came back to overcome that objection by saying, well, you know, I like to talk to successful people. She threw out that next roadblock. She said, yeah, but do you speak Japanese? I said, no. And he doesn't speak English. So I guess you're not having that conversation. Most people would think, yeah, you're right. Who else do you have on the list, Yuri? Not me. I said, well, you know what? You're right. I don't speak Japanese. But here's the thing. I have on my phone this feature. It's called three-way call. Three-way call. Now, you could also do three-way Zooms, people, okay? But I'm telling you about this conversation, the technology I was using at the time. I said, three-way call I have. You speak Japanese, you speak English, you translate. Let me just talk to him. She said, okay. And sure enough, I dialed that phone number in. She started talking Japanese, and then finally she turned it over to me. And I said, well, Mr. Tezuka, first of all, it's an honor to speak with you. I spoke with Yuri about you, and she told me your background, your history, your success. I'm very impressed. The reason why I wanted to reach out with you is because my company, we're introducing a product in your country, and I would like to get your opinion on it because you're such a successful person, you would know its value or not. Would you take a look at it and give me your opinion? And next thing I heard was, hi, which means yes in Japanese. Long story short, then I reached out to the general manager, wrote him an email. I said, can you help me out with this guy? I said, I had a nice conversation with him. Here's his phone number. Here's his name. Would you invite him down to the office where he could look at the products and you could explain the compensation plan to him? And by the way, if he decides to enroll, I said, and I think there's a chance he might, here is the lady's name and her ID number. She will be the sponsor. Well, guess what? He came in. Guess what? Next thing I know, shortly after that, I'm looking at a report on his activity, and all I could see was Japanese names after Japanese names. They just went on and on and on. And to the right side of each name was 400, 400, 400. That's the 400 point package. It's a little over $400, and that was how most joined. And it's all because I understood, again, we're talking about the training wheels here, the training wheels. I understood that Yuri is going to make a chicken list. She's not going to put people on that list that should be on that list. And that's the thing. So I couldn't talk about or overemphasize the importance of that. You need to understand that people are going to operate out of fear when it comes to putting a prospect list together. And so if you want to talk about breaking rank and how how you're going to do it is by helping these grassroots peoples that join your organization, and your onboarding process has to, again, be simple, but also it has to be an onboarding process where people understand they need to empty their head out when they make that list and do it without prejudice. Well, I can't put this person down because, he's got a big house, he's successful. I can't put this person down, he's made a lot of money. I can't put this person down, he's got his own business. I can't, well, who the heck are we going to put on the list? We're going to go down to, to the homeless shelter. Is that what we're going to do? To the homeless shelter? Here's the reality. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, we all see ourselves. We all see ourselves. I can remember, decades ago, a few decades ago, almost three decades ago, I can remember thinking to myself, well, I'm not a 1, I'm not that bad, but I'm not a 5, I'm not a 10. Yeah, I'm a 3. Well, what kind of people would I prospect on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best? If I see myself as a 3, who do I prospect? 2s and 1s. 2s and 1s. Why? Because it's easy. Because I won't get hurt. If I go after 2s and 1s, they can't say no. Now, are they going to do anything in the business? No. They might buy some product. It's like someone calling me one day and they're so excited. They got someone to sign up. I said, who? My mother. Your mother? Oh man, your mother. I mean, you would have to be a terrible son for your mother not to sign up under you. So here's the thing. Easy will not make you money. It's stretching. So if you see yourself as a 3, and that's what I realized, I was wasting my time. Sometimes it takes people months, sometimes even years to realize it doesn't work. I went after a 4. When I bagged a 4, I said, I got a 4. And what does that make me? A 4. It makes me a 4. So that's the thing. We have to understand. Now I'm growing. My personal development is growing. My leadership is growing. My confidence is growing. That's why you have to help them with the list. And again, some buddy power. They're going to need you on some of these calls. They sent out the information. They told that person that they're going to follow them up. And hey, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine who I'm working with. Yeah, that's right. Someone more experienced, someone has got a story. Doesn't have to be a huge story, just a story. Matter of fact, I would say the stories that are most impressive, most believable, are the stories where people are just making $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month. Those stories are believable. If people knew my success, it's very unbelievable. It's unrelatable, I guess, is really the word. So the thing is, just understand that. So they're going to need some buddy power there. That's the reason why the heart, the soul, everything goes back to that onboarding process. If that person does not go after their warm market, but now they've decided they're going to be like my upline, I'm going to be on Facebook, Instagram, I'm going to reach out to people, that I don't know, and I'm going to build a massive team. Boy, are they going to be in for a disappointment. Again, training wheels, they're going to crash. That's right. Those training wheels are going to come off and they're going to crash. So the great thing about protecting them and helping them with that list is that you're going to be able to create an income for them. Once they have the money coming in, now they believe it. They have faith. And it's interesting, it's usually at that stage they want to understand the compensation plan. They never want to understand it when they're not making money, because they're not making money. And it's all a bunch of mumbo jumbo. So the thing is, most important, that list, get that income established. The training wheels are coming off now. They're able to ride the bicycle. And that's the thing. And what you do after that, keep them pedaling. Keep them pedaling. Eventually, they're going to trade that bike for another bike. Eventually, they're going to go to a 10-speed. Yes, they're going to understand the gears, how the gears work, when you use the gears. So they're going to get good at tools. And yes, later on, they can learn how to use social media correctly. Most people don't know how to use it correctly. It's all copy, paste, spam. Copy, paste, spam. And then they say, why am I not growing? Why is nobody reaching back to me? Why can't I break rank? That's right. So that's the thing that when we talk about breaking rank, it's working with those grassroots people coming in your team. That's how you do it. because it's organically going to push you up if you do that. Now you can look at reports, you can look at different data that your company provides, and you can reach out. You know, like when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm getting on a Zoom call with corporate office in India. And every day I've got my days planned, different countries, different leaders, who I talk with. So for you, and keep in mind, there was a time I didn't have any of that. It all began in, you know, where I am, where I live, you know, in the United States. That's where my team originated. So it has to begin somewhere. But for you, if you want to break rank, that's the focus, is all those grassroots people, onboarding them properly, helping them with that list, and using the buddy system and running with them. Then you're going to break rank. Again, the more ranks you break, the greater your income grows, which equals better quality life. That's right. And so that's the thing. And then and then keep in mind, don't ever get to a point when you're on that bike, don't retire, don't quit pedaling. That's happened to some people. And then they fall off the bike. Well, you can get back on the bike, but a lot of them will fall off the bike and they just lay there in the ditch. And they're thinking, wow, I hate this. Look what happened. And that's because they ranked back. They ranked back. Their income dropped. And then they think, what a stupid downline I have. It's a no good downline. No, you're the leader. You were supposed to have 10,000 bikes behind you with other people pedaling. That was your job. But you quit pedaling. And then the people behind you looked at you and then they quit pedaling. What happened? All of you guys crashed. Now you have a choice. You can lay there in the ditch, feel sorry for yourself, or you get back on the bike and then understand to stay on a bike, you always have to keep pedaling. Friends, I've been pedaling for 41 years. I still pedal. I'm on that bike pedaling. And yes, sometimes we run into rocks, we run into terrain that is not great. That's okay. It's all part of it. It makes the journey interesting anyway. But you're going to help your leaders grow when you stay active. Now, that doesn't mean this business consumes you. It doesn't consume you. I've been part-time for decades. But when I'm on, I'm on. And that's the beauty of it. The very reason why we got in network marketing was so that we could enjoy our life. And that's what it's all about. And so you should do that. But don't disappear. When they're looking on the radar, they need to see you pedaling the bike. They need to see you showing up. You're the example. The speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack. And that's the thing. The pack is behind you. They're pedaling their bikes. They're following you. So if you want to break rank, help those people down below, and then help your leaders to understand they need to focus on those people below, under them, those entry people, onboard them properly, and then organically it's going to push you up, and you're going to break rank. The more ranks you break, higher income is what you're going to experience, better quality of life. That's the reason why you need to break rank. I'm a big believer in that. And then when you get to, there are no more ranks to break, you say, is there nothing more? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There may not be another rank, but there's always another level in your personal growth, in your journey. So enjoy it and have gratitude, always gratitude. Continue to grow as a person. You'll be breaking ranks in a different way, in that you're growing, you're listening. And I do it. Yesterday I was out watering the roses, but I had an ear pod and I was listening to a book, you know, and I was getting goosebumps. I thought, oh man, that's good. Oh man, that's good. It's all about our personal growth. I promise you that the more you grow, the more income you're going to make. The more you grow, the more ranks you're going to break. But don't be selfish. Share what you're learning with your leaders. If you have an audio book, or if there's a program, I remember just the other night, I was talking to the leaders in the Philippines. And I said, you know, 28 years ago, I was bankrupt and broke, 28 years ago. And I got Tony Robbins cassettes. based on his book, Unlimited Power. But it was called Personal Power. There was a cassette for each day, 30 cassettes. And so I listened to a tape every day and took notes. It absolutely changed my life. I told those leaders, you can get it on YouTube for free. Costs you nothing but time. So I challenged them. I said, I want you to, that information is just as relevant for today as it was 28 years ago, I promise you. Incredible, incredible man Tony is. So I said, I want you to listen to one of those audios on YouTube every day this month in June and start breaking ranks. It's all about personal growth. I mean, you have to have the right psychology to do this business, and it's a great way to begin your day and then go into action and then help those grassroots people in your team. If you need to sponsor new people, sponsor new people. And then again, pay attention, help them. If you want to grow, if you want to break rank, make more money, have better quality of life, it's all about the people. Your income is going to be in proportion to how many people you have helped. And, I think that's one of the things why I've done so well is because I've helped a lot of people. And I still do. So I just want to give you that message today. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. And now I got to go do some things. But anyway, it was wonderful getting together with you on Sunday. I hope all of you have a great Sunday evening. And if you're in the United States or South America, have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Everyone, love all you guys. Take care.